This isn't the absolute beginning, there was some logos, but this is when I started recording it. So, up front, I have to reveal to you some extremely major spoilers for this game. If you don't want to hear these spoilers, and potentially because you want to play this game without them, then you can turn off and not listen to me. But you probably won't, because you're probably curious about what I'm going to say, and you probably already know what I'm going to say before I say it. So this big spoiler, and it is very big, isn't something you probably don't already know. Particularly if you searched up on YouTube, You, Me, and Her. And that is this. It's extremely similar, or so I've heard, to Doki Doki Literature Club. And there's no real way to really get around that. If something's really similar to Doki Doki Literature Club, particularly the plot twist of Doki Doki Literature Club, that knowing that does not significantly change how you process the game. Obviously, if you had something very similar to Doki Doki Literature Club, and you were told that Doki Doki Literature Club was similar to that thing before you played Doki Doki Literature Club, you would ingest it a lot differently than if you just played Doki Doki Literature Club blind. But then again, you probably wouldn't even know about this game, and I wouldn't know about this game if it weren't so similar to Doki Doki Literature Club, because its similarity to DDLC is what made it as famous as it is. So, as far as I understand, it's purely a coincidence. Dan Salvato never heard of this game when he wrote DDLC, even though this predates it. It's just two people, Dan Salvato, and the writer of this game, which I actually don't have the name of that person queued up right here. I'm a little bit unprepared, so I'll just let it slide. Yes. Just happened to, maybe in their attempt to parody the same genre, write something similar. Now, something else to note here, and I just because I don't know really anything else about this besides that it's similar to DDLC, particularly in the important ways. Like, it's not similar, it's like there's a twist in it that's similar to the twist of DDLC. That's all I know. I don't know anything more specific than that. Another thing to note here is, there's stuff going on in my life right now. Okay, I accidentally stopped recording because of some keyboard mishap. Okay, so I'll go back to what I was saying before I potentially got cut off in there. And that is, there's stuff going on in my life right now that is pretty bad. And it's not like anybody's fault. But it kind of makes me want to do something a little bit more chill. Something that's more casual. Something that I don't necessarily want to put so much pressure on myself for. And that's kind of why I'm playing this game. This is not one of those games where I've been waiting years to make a Let's Play of it, and I'm super pumped, and I want to make sure everything's perfect, and I'm get super down on myself if I make a mistake, like just now, where I drug my microphone cord across my keyboard and accidentally stopped the recording midway, made a mess of things. This is like a little bit off genre. This is like some sort of romance, silly sort of romance thing. It's not a very hardcore game as far as I understand. At least in my view. Maybe once I play it, my view is going to change. Usually, when I do these visual novels with these twists to them, I tend to record the whole thing beforehand, before I post it, the entire Let's Play, before I even post the first part. And the reason why I do this is, one, I got in a habit of it somehow back when I wasn't uploading these in a reasonable time period after recording, so it just kind of ended up happening naturally the way I was going about uploading the videos. But also because people like to comment spoilers, and I like to read the comments if I get them. I get really excited when someone leaves a new comment on one of my videos. I don't get them very often. Well, I wouldn't be able to do that and avoid spoilers if I was posting as I went along. With this one, though, because I'm treating this a bit more casually, and just because I feel like it this time, I am going to how should I say? I am going to upload them as I record them roughly. There might be like a 2 or 3 episode lag, but I'm roughly going to upload them as I record them. So it's going to be a little bit different than usual. Don't really expect that. That's usually not how things go, right? I happen to be sitting on an entire Let's Play of Remember 11 that I've recorded the whole thing of and not posted. So, you know, it's not my usual way of doing things, but it's the way of doing things now. So, you know, if you see one of these and you put a comment on it, I will read that comment before doing like maybe the next one, or maybe 2 or 3 episodes down the line. So I will be able to see it before I go on. So you say, oh, you're missing some control, or you're missing something in one of the menus that you can do that'll make your life easier. I will see that, you know, in real time and can make the adjustment. So we're already pretty similar to DDLC here, just like right off the bat. And we have this piano music, and we have a staircase here, which isn't really remind me of the proper DDLC. It reminds me of the side stories, which came even later. Remember, this predates DDLC, and all the similarities are apparently, according to the parties involved, claimed to be a coincidence. So, starts out with life is like a staircase, which, from my experience with visual novels, typically they want to start with some sort of hook. And so they put some weird, poetic kind of pseudo-profound sounding stuff at the beginning that really has no relationship to the plot going forward. Like, for example, you know, I've just finished playing Remember 11, and it starts out with Archanko, which is something a female Russian cosmonaut said. It means I am a seagull. But you go through the whole game, and it isn't clear what I am a seagull really has to do with anything. It's just like a completely random way to start the game. It gets referenced again at the end of the game to make a palimpsest, but you still don't know why. It's just completely random. So sometimes these start out kind of random. Another example is Danganronpa V3. However, in that case, you can make a stretch as to what that how that internal monologue there might have actually been somewhat relevant and sensical. But anyway, we're going to start off with some nonsense dialogue, I presume. By the way, I think that one was highlighted as green because I, of course, launched this game a few minutes earlier just to check and see and make sure it worked. And also so I could record about a minute's worth of background music and upload it, you know, to check for copyright claims. So when I did that first line, I've already seen it, so it turned green. But as you can see, I haven't seen the second line. I'm assuming that's what that color coding means. You just gotta keep climbing. Otherwise, if you start to overthink it, you'll have trouble taking the next step. So he's saying carpe diem, but I want to see how that has anything to do with a staircase. There are no branching paths. Now, that's a weird line. So I don't really know about the structure of this. I know DDLC had branching paths, and most visual novels have branching paths. I know I say most because something like Danganronpa does not, right? It depends on, you know, or like Ace Attorney, it depends on kind of the subgenre, but they very often do have branching paths. In the gameplay mechanics, if they're saying there are no branching paths in the text, that means it might say something about the nature of the plot where no matter which choices you make, it's always going to come out the same. Which defeats the point of choices, and we'll have to see what they mean by that later. It might be nonsense. The author may not mean anything. No point in regretting the actions you didn't take. Oh, I'll come back and play this again and to make the other choices. That's how I always do this. I never go through it once, just to be clear. So, I will disobey this point. Well, maybe I won't regret. I'll just, go back. I'll go back and try the other one. I'll be curious. They say life is a series of choices, but that's nonsense, cooked up by the old and bitter. Well, you could have a very cynical way of saying that life is not a series of choices. You can say that everything occurs is the carrying out of physical laws. It's just the propagation of matter through space and time according to just its way of passing through space and time, moving like particles, moving like waves. And some of these have these there's some emergent manifestations of this. One of these is your conscience. But whatever choices you make and whatever your conscience thinks is purely physics playing itself out, and there really isn't such a thing as a will. Now, I do not believe this, but whatever. Basically, what I'm trying to say is, if you say life is not a series of choices and there's only one path, it's very difficult for me to say that that is not a bitter thing to say. To me, saying you're locked in, it's just physics playing itself out, is the bitter thing to say. Yesterday leads to today, and today leads to tomorrow. One step at a time. What lies ahead? You won't know until you get there. At the top of the staircase, I step outside into the dazzling sunset. This is the schoolroom roof. Most students are barred entry. You'd think I'd be used to the view from up here, but evidently a few hours difference is all it takes to make the world look brand new. Is the school roof just like a trope of Japanese visual novels? Like in Persona, they have meetings on the roof, but in fact, anyway, this might be like a trope, like a parody or like a obvious trope use. Okay, we have Suzuki Shinichi. Now, these are always tricky because Japanese people, they reverse the first and last name, but presuming this English translation, they put the first name first. So let's call this guy Suzuki. Yutaru, you up here? No response. The peaceful autumn breeze is all that greets me. So I guess the person we're playing is Suzuki, because that was his dialogue box, and he's alone. Grass has sprouted between the cracks in the concrete, and the pile of desks on the far side is rusting from exposure to the elements. It's possible to have stuff growing on a roof. It may mean your drainage system is bad. Up here, it almost feels like a forgotten place lost to time. I love it. Specifically, I love the 360-degree view of the town below. Probably going to have conversations with girls up here. I've lived my whole life here. Every inch of this town is packed with nostalgic memories. The longer I look out at it, the calmer I feel. When they randomly voted me onto the campus cleanup committee, I wasn't exactly eager. But if I'd known about this little side perk sooner, maybe I would have volunteered for the job. So everybody just likes to pick on you? Is that what I'm getting here? Roof access is only granted to two groups, the Astronomy Club for stargazing, and the Cleanup Committee to haul desks in and out. That said, I'm told there are plenty of spare keys floating around if you know where to look. This text speed is slow. The school roof has a certain legend attached to it, you see. Let me see what kind of settings we have here. Config. Huh. I guess this is, that's the, okay. That's the setting I want to change. The skull roof has a legend attached to it, you see? Yeah, there we go. As a result, every now and then, other students will ask me to unlock the door for them. Which is why I'm up here today at the behest of my friend Yutaru. Yutaru. Which I don't know how a native speaker pronounces that. Unfortunately, he seems to be running late. I look down. There's a cell phone lying face down on the ground by the door. Who is this? I crouch down and pick it up. I'll explain this later, but that's funny. So we're really low on battery, it appears. We have 2 bars of signal. And it calls himself G-O-D. There's an incoming call from God. From God? Before I can answer, the ringing stops. Admittedly, I'm a little relieved. Seriously, whose phone is this? Wait, you don't want to talk to God? I admit, God is pretty scary. Okay, so I'm not gonna save scum always on my first way through. I just feel like that's just not as entertaining, right? On my first way through, I always just pick a choice and run with it. When I go back through and try to find all the different endings and pathways and such, then I'll save scum, like, I'll save it like every choice. But I always do a first round through where I don't save. So I would do check the call history. I decide to check the call history. See, there's choices. God. 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 What the heck? Now I check the address book. There's only one entry. Yep, you guessed it, God. A burner phone for God. There's no way this actually belongs to the big man upstairs, right? More stairs. Interpreting this. Is this on the phone screen? A girl looks back at me. My battery is dying. What battery? Need to recharge. Well, I don't know if I'm necessarily gonna... Hopefully I don't have to blur something when it gets zappy. I think I pushed the wrong button by accident. Looks like I launched one of those visual novel games. I've seen some friends play these on handheld game consoles. Like the PSP, is that what you're saying? Wouldn't be surprised if they made the jump to mobile too. I never played one myself. At least, I don't think I have. But I feel like I recognize that uniform. Well, I have. So yes, this is designed to be a parody, just like DDLC was. I see. Do you know? Do I know you? I can hear a strange voice. There's a girl up on the roof, over the stairs, raising her hands straight in the air. So... we got two Yagis. Not clear what they're used for. However, the artwork is... Anyway. Her expression totally blank. Just staring vacantly into the sky. Oh, there's more. There's a lot of antennas. By the way, when I said Yagi, what I was referring to was the antennas. Staring at whatever lies beyond. Huh? And the battery died, she falls off, right? Her body starts to sway. Her voice is fading. Yeah, the whole thing with knowing this is like Doki Doki Literature Club really kind of messes this up, because you see those loading screens, you see kind of the world break up and reform, you see like a phone call to God and like runs out of battery and the characters die, and it's like he's inside a game. It's meta like that. Like, obviously those loading screens, it's not actually loading something, like, it's not actually reading something from my hard drive, right? It's obviously the game trying to give you a hint. Right? It's all meta. But if I didn't know this was like DDLC going into it, I may not have been able to pick up on that. Whoa. Ow. You alright? So it like predicted like it went forward in time. Okay. I don't think I'll have to blur this just because the way it's staged, but I just realized that the black stuff is actually the character's body that you're playing as, which is Suzuki's. Her eyes lock onto mine. My battery is dying. What battery? Need to recharge. Her face is so close to mine. I can feel her breath on my skin. Her lips are inches away. According to the school legend, if two people share a kiss on the roof, their love will be eternal. Want to get beady beady, which I presume is what the mimetic word is. Well, if I take Remember 11 as an example, you're supposed to not get zappy. Okay, let's take a deep breath and calm down. What exactly does this girl want from me? Who even is she? Wait, isn't this exactly what just happened in that game? Okay, Son just appeared. Wow, is nothing sacred? What exactly are you doing up here on the roof of our esteemed academy? Miyuki? What am I doing? Well... recharging. What? Kissing. What? What? Kissing triggers the event flag. I've heard enough! Miyuki swings her baseball bat.
あなた、新一を何だと思ってるの？
Don't treat Shinichi like your plaything. Yeah, I'm not your plaything.
新一は
Shinichi is... he's...
私の彼氏なのよ。
He's my boyfriend. What? I've been friends with Son Miyoki since we were kids. In elementary school, we used to play together all the time, but we grew apart as we got older. Happens to a lot of people. Oh, it's just like, be cliche as possible. While I've just been skating through life without any hobby, she's quickly proven she can master anything she tries. With her looks, smarts, athletic ability, and a natural talent for acting, she became the school's queen bee practically overnight. Rumor has it she received over a dozen love confessions within her first month at the school. I told 2 of them were from girls, and 1 of them even from a teacher. Supposedly, she shot them all down. But they say one of the guys refused to take no for an answer, and she was forced to fight him off with a baseball bat. She's so famous the students here can't seem to stop talking about her. Then there's me. A total nobody. A typical Japanese visual novel protagonist. My nobodiness makes me attractive. Because you see, the idea is to say that even if you are like a nobody, you have a chance. Because you're supposed to, you as the nobody want to escape into a world where you as the nobody can get the girl, right? I'm so invisible, I'm practically air. Bland, inoffensive, barely even there. An utterly forgettable NPC character in the RPG of life. I'm hardly even worthy of breathing the same air as her. Just being around her is making me kind of tense. So yeah, I'm like the furthest thing from... your boyfriend?
黙ってて。
You be quiet.
私と新一は恋人同士なの。あなたは邪魔者ということになるわ。
Shinichi and I are in a relationship. I'm afraid you don't have a chance with him.
だから帰ってもらえる？
So could you leave already?
嘘なの。
That's not true.
恋人じゃないの。
You're not dating.
ちょっと何を根拠に？
Excuse me, how do you know?
電波なの。
I'm a transceiver.
世界の外から神様の電波ビリビリ来たの。
God sent me a radio transmission from beyond the universe. Seems like she's 2 corn dogs short of a picnic.
付き合いきれないわ。
Whatever, talking to you is a waste of breath.
いい？私と新一は幼馴染なの。だか
I
ら
have
恋人
red
として。
eyes and long dark blue hair. My very appearance is a parody. Listen here, Shinichi and I have known each other a long time, so as his girlfriend...
はい。
Got it. She raises her hand, interrupting Miyuki.
幼馴染キャラ。
You're the childhood friend character.
本当の気持ちわからない。
Your true feelings are a mystery.
ギャルゲーの王道なの。
A staple of visual novels.
やる気？
Visual novels? Oh, you mean like this one? I hold up the cell phone I found earlier. Whoa. Was that static shock I felt just now?
泥棒。
Thief. Well, now I know Borobo is Japanese for thief. The phone falls from my now numbing fingers. She deftly snatches it back and shoots me an accusatory look. I didn't steal it. It was lying on the ground over there.
落ちてた？
On the ground? Yeah.
恩人なの？
So, I owe you a favor. Well, I wouldn't go that far, but
お礼するの。
I'll make it up to you.
ビリビリするの。
Let's get zappy.
待ちなさい。
Hold it right there. So she just tackles him again? Miyuki is now visibly trembling with rage.
あなた、幼馴染キャラって言ったわよね。
What was it you called me? The childhood friend character?
私をゲームのキャラクターと一緒にした？
Are you seriously comparing me to a character in a video game?
そうなの。
Yup.
ふざけないで。
Get real! She slams her bat down hard on the concrete.
現実とゲームは違う。
Life is not a video game!
いい？私の気持ちは本物で、ゲームなんかと比べ物に。
You hear me? My feelings are the real deal. Some video game character can't possibly compare to... Well, we'll see about that.
はい。
Got it. Miyuki's tone is dripping with fury, but the girl raises her hand like she doesn't even notice.
チューできるの？
Can you kiss him?
え？
What?
恋人ならできるの。
If you're really dating, you can kiss him, right?
いや、それとこれとは。
That has nothing to do with...
今キスするの。
Kiss him. Right now.
できないの？
Should be easy, right? Miyuki's face is so red, the sunset can't even compare.
わかってるわよ。
Fine!
恋人ならキスくらい。
It's just a kiss.
キスくらい。
Perfectly normal for us to...
キスキス。でもキスって。
I can do it. I can kiss him. If we... Listen, if you're opposed to it, we really don't have to.
嫌じゃない。
I'm not opposed to it!
本当はずっと
To
待って
tell
た
the truth... To tell the truth, I was always waiting for this. Well, this went kind of fast. How long is this? Is this a really short game? As kids, we were two peas in a pod. When did it all fall apart? Well, plot convenience. Okay, I have to set this up. Why did I start to distance myself?
新一がここに呼んでくれて
I'm really Man, these lines are slow. I'm really happy you asked to meet me up here. Miyuki? Her voice is barely a whisper.
私の初めてのキス
This will be my first kiss. Keep in mind, he's like on his back on the ground right now with the other girl, which I forgot her name already, on top of him.
あなたに
But I'll give it
あげ
to...
やっぱりダメ恥ずかしい
I can't, this is too awkward.
萌えなの。
Cute.
私には慎みがあるの人前でキスするのが恥ずかしいだけよ
But the thing that was translated cute wasn't kawaii, though. I just prefer to keep private matters private, that's all. Public displays of affection are far too shameless.
ねえ新一私たちは恋人よね
Tell him, Shinichi. The two of us are dating, aren't we? What? I don't...
はっきりしてここに呼び出したのはあなたじゃない
Make it clear to her, you're the one who called me up here after all.
そのおかげで私も心を決めた
Your actions pushed me to make up my mind and... Wait, what? I did what now?
しらばっくれないでこれはあなたが
Don't play dumb, I know you wrote this. Miyuki pulls a letter out of her pocket. To Miss Sone Miyuki. I'm waiting on the rooftop after school. There's no signature. I'd never seen this letter in my life.
あれあれ
Wait, what? Wait?
そういえばこれ新一の字じゃない
Now that I look at this... Nick, this isn't your handwriting.
待たせたな
Sorry, I'm late.
男のロマンクラブ部長あけぼのゆうたろう健在
They have to have the Okuhiko character now. Yes. Arriving just in the nick of time, Akebono Yuotaru, captain of the Boys and Dreams Club. Of course. It was this idiot.
屋上での告白交わされる伝説のキスそして二人は伝説の愛を誓う
A rooftop confession, a legendary kiss, the two exchange eternal vows of love.
ああ、なんて男のロマンティック。そして君は僕のラマンティック。あれ？
Yes, this is what dreams are made of. Me, the gallant prince, and you, the fair maiden. What?
ソネさん？
Sonne-san? Visibly struggling to contain herself, Miyuki strides to the door and slams it behind her.
なぜだ？
Why? Nice going, genius.
俺？
What, was it something I said?
しまった。あまりの男のロマン状況に興奮しすぎたか。
Damn, I must have let all the dreams go to my head. Yeah, I don't think that's it. Forget it, I better save the explanation for later, or we're gonna be standing up here all night. Hey, you.
ルル？
Her expression is still completely blank. I don't have the first clue what she's thinking. That whole recharging thing from earlier, what was that about?
充電はビリビリなの。
Recharging my beady beady. Okay, well, what's beady beady?
エッチなの。
Kissing.
エッチ？
What?
したのか？
You guys are kissing up here? No.
仕掛けたの。
Almost.
未遂事件？
What the hell is almost? I can't believe I have to explain this.
ルル？フラグ必要なの。
You have to trigger the event flag.
好感度ないと逆効果。
You need to raise your affection points, or you will fail. This isn't a video game.
はい。
Got it. She raised her hand straight into the air like an antenna searching for radio waves.
葵は攻略ヒロイン。
Aoi is a romance option,
この世界はゲームなの。
and this world is a video game. There's a term for people like this. Gamer brain. I'm not sure what the original definition was, but these days we use it to mean someone who can't tell the difference between games and reality.
でも
But
黒髪ロング幼なじみがメインヒロインなの。
I'm gonna have to remember that Damo is butt somehow. I still haven't. It's always it's new to me every time. Your childhood friend with the long dark hair is the main heroine.
葵攻略は後回しなの。
Aoi's route will have to wait.
バイバイなの。
Bye bye. What? Hey, wait. But she ignores me and runs down the stairs. Ah,
相変わらずの電波っぷりだな。
that girl is always such an enigma. What do you mean, always?
というか説明してもらうぞ。曽根さんがいなくなった原因は何だ？
More importantly, I need you to explain why the heck did Sone-san storm off like that?
そしてどうして向こうまで？貴様リア充か？リア充なのか？
And now you've got Mukau to boot. You punk. Are you a normie? Are you a goddamn normie? Wait a second. Do you know her?
は？何言ってるんだ？
What, are you serious?
さっきの電波は向こう葵。
That was Mukau Aoi.
俺たちのクラスメートだろ
She's in our class, dude. Gets retconned into the class now. Oh, this is gonna be an opening thing? With music and spoilers? No, okay. Mukau Aoi. The name doesn't ring any bells whatsoever. To be honest, I'm not much of a people person. I'm pretty socially awkward. Like, it's been almost 6 months and I still don't know the names of all the girls in our class. And we probably also won't know, what... Anyway. But that grade A space cadet? It's hard to believe I could forget someone as unique as her. Huh. I crawl into bed.
ビリビリするの？
Back there on the roof. Everything from her pose to her appearance. And everything she said. It was all identical to that scene from the mobile game. Almost like she jumped right out of the screen and into real life. And the protagonist's name was Suzuki Shinichi too. No, it can't be. I don't have the power to turn video games into reality, do I? Whoa there, buddy. Now I'm the one with gamer brain. The visual novel was on Mokao's phone. She probably has all the dialogue memorized. She was probably just acting it out. And she probably set the protagonist's name to mine on purpose. But why? Forget it. I'm letting my imagination get carried away. I pull the blanket over my head and squeeze my eyes shut. That night in my dreams, I see Miyuki. And we kiss. Now we get white screen with black text, as opposed to a black screen with white text. I guess this means day now. Where the previous one meant night. Ah. The start of a new day. Man, that dream I had last night was pretty weird. But I know today will be just the same as always. Just another ordinary... Huh? A letter tumbles out of my shoe locker. I take it to my desk and open it carefully, half terrified to discover what awaits me inside. Meet me on the roof at lunch.
爆発しろ
At Kabono, you die! Yutaru, were you peeking?
曽根さんと幼馴染であることが発覚し、向こうに二股をかけようとした上に
First, I find out you're old friends with Sone-san, and then I find out that not only did he try to cheat on her with Mukao,
そんな古式ゆかしいラブレターまで
on top of that, you also got this old-fashioned love letter.
リア充かリア充だなリア充なんだな
This guy's voice is like Sora the Troll. When he's doing his like parody voice. It's so stereotypical. I don't think normie is the right, I don't know if, is it the right, because that's not really, normie isn't really an insult in English, and I feel like this guy is trying to throw insults. You're a normie, aren't you? You're a goddamn normie.
お天道様が許してもこの男のロマンクラブ部長あけぼの裕太郎が断固として許さん
Your god may forgive you, but as the captain of the Boys and Dreams Club, I, Akebono Yokao, never will. Keep your nose out of the other people's letters.
すまん
Sorry.
だが一応男のロマンクラブの存続にも関わることだろ
But you know, stuff like this will affect when the BD Club lives to see another day. Ah yes, the Boys and Dreams Club, like I care. Don't worry, it doesn't make much sense to me either. Yutaru describes his club as for boys who want to pursue their dreams. Personally, I have no idea what that means. The club's actually been around for quite some time, but with a name like that, I can't imagine many people would go out of their way to join. Unsurprisingly, once spring rolled around, Uetaru was the only member left, and the BD Club was on the verge of being disbanded. So I guess one person is enough in this game. As opposed to DDLC, where they need to have a fourth member. In the end, he convinced me to join in name only, purely to keep the club alive. Doesn't matter what I do as long as I stay in the club, right?
男のロマンとはつかめないからこそ追い求めるもの
My friend, you can't pursue a dream you're already living.
恋愛成就リア充となった暁には即刻除名それが男のロマンクラブ鉄の掟なのだ
The moment you achieve romantic fulfillment and become a normie, your membership is null and void. This is the oath sworn by the BD boys. Maybe disbanding is for the best?
それは時々俺も悩む
I'm starting to think so too. Yutaro may seem like a goofball, but he takes this 100% seriously.
部の存続のために恋愛の目を潰すわけにはいかんしな
It's kind of like Red Pill, but sillier. No sense in sabotaging a relationship just to keep my club alive, you know?
ほらよ
Here. He set something on my desk. That's the game I saw yesterday. After Mukao had left, Yutaru demanded to know every detail of what happened. Obviously, I couldn't tell him all that stuff Miyuki said, but I did tell him about the visual novel on her phone. I barely gave you anything to go on. How did you find it?
龍次郎、そういうのに詳しいからさ。
Ryujiro knows a lot about these games. Who's Ryujiro?
ああ、俺の弟な。
My kid brother.
ヒロインが向こうそっくりだって言ってただろ。写真見せたら一発だった。
You said the heroine looks dead on like Mukao, so I showed him a pic of her. That's all it took. I look at the girl on screen. Then I took a look at the girl sitting a few desks away. They're absolutely identical. A perfect 2D recreation. If you told me the developers modeled their character on her, I wouldn't doubt it for a second. Yes, this implies that the character can be identically recreated in 2D, the character is 2D, which means this guy's entire world is 2D. Mukao sits silently at her desk. She doesn't try to talk to anyone or play with her phone. She just stares at empty space. While everyone else is chatting about their morning with their friends, the space around her is perfectly quiet, like a vacuum. Almost as if she's focusing her entire being on picking up the faintest radio waves from the farthest reaches of space.
はい、
Got it. Just then she thrusts her hand up into the air.
電波受信なの。
Transmission received.
開発スケジュール把握なの。
Development schedule confirmed.
攻略継続するの。
Route in progress. She babbles to no one in particular, but our class is already used to her antics. No one finds her behavior surprising. At least that's the sense I get. What a weirdo.
悪いことは言わん。やめとけ。
Nothing against her, but I suggest you set your sights elsewhere.
あんなのと付き合ったら苦労するに決まってる。
She's one giant headache waiting to happen. Huh? I never said I was interested in her like that.
じゃあなんで詮索を？
Then why are you asking about her? She tried to kiss me on the roof. Obviously I'm gonna be a little curious, you know. But that's all it is.
ならいいんだが。
For your sake, I sure hope so.
あんまりいい噂を聞かないし。
I've heard some pretty bad rumors, dude. Such as?
男癖が悪いとかなんとか。
They say she's easy.
いや、俺は信じないけどな。
Not that I buy it, obviously.
彼女、普通にコミュニケーションが成立するようには思えないし。
I mean, she's impossible to communication with, much less anything else. After witnessing her gamer brain antics yesterday, I agree. She seems like she's off in her own little world, or at the very least totally oblivious to the people around her. She can't carry a conversation to save her life. Hey, Yuutaru. Is this game available on the App Store?
このまま持ってけ。
You can keep it. What, the phone? By the way, just for reference, it cost me $18 on Steam. What, the phone?
これ、龍次郎の旧型なんだ。
Yeah, Ryujiru got himself a new one recently.
SIM カード抜いてあるから通話はできないけど、ゲームなら問題ないから。
There's no SIM card, so you can't make calls with it, but you can download games, no problem.
龍次郎が言うには、ネトラレ系の隠れた名作らしい。
According to him, this is a cult classic NTR game. NTR, what's that?
俺にはわからん。専門用語らしいからな。
Hell if I know. It's visual novel terminology, I guess.
が、何やら男のロマンが香る。
But I'm getting some BD vibes from it. I see.
おはよう。
Ohio, which I presume is good morning. Miyuki's voice rings out through the classroom. Just like that, all the girls start to gather around her in a giant circle. They start asking her questions like whether she'd seen last night's season premiere or she'd heard about the new store that just opened up in town. No matter the topic, Miyuki answers each one with great sophistication and a smile. Just like that, she lights up the room, drawing attention from quite a few of the guys in our class. This happens every morning, and every time it makes me painfully aware of the distance between us. Soon Miyuki is the queen bee, and I'm nobody.
学園という名の荒野に咲いた一輪の花。
A lone flower blossoming in the vast desert of this campus.
やはり曽根さんはお美しいな。
Man, she's just so beautiful. Yes, this whole like only going after the top 1% thing that's going on here. Yeah. Here in the classroom, she's the star of the show. But I know she's just playing the part. As her old friend, I know she's really like fussy and plain spoken.
おい、今の見たか？
Dude, did you see that?
曽根さんがこっちチラ見した。
Sunny-san just glanced over at us.
俺やっぱり曽根さんラブだ。ロマンを求めて告白せざるを得ない。定めだ。
I can't help it. I'm crazy about her, and if I want to pursue this dream, I gotta confess my love. It's destiny. Good luck. I'm rooting for you, man. And yet, even as I spoke,
ルル
I can't help but glance at Mikao in the corner of my eye. Amid the cheerful chatter, she sits perfectly still, the very picture of loneliness. During class, using my textbook as cover, I stealthily take out Yutaru's brother's phone and launch the game. Fake loading screen. Her eyes lock onto mine.
電池切れたの。
My battery is dying. What battery?
充電必要なの。
Need to recharge.
ビリビリするの。
Want to get beady beady? Yeah, this is definitely the same game from yesterday. Conversation plays out a little differently in the game, but for the most part it's exactly the same as what happened on the roof. The level of pinpoint accuracy can't possibly be a coincidence. She must have been intentionally trying to recreate the scene word for word. Is she really interested in me? Well there, buddy. I muttered to myself. It's way too early to be drawing any sort of conclusion. Prior to yesterday, Mukao and I had never even spoken to each other. Willing myself to keep a level head, I resumed the game.
待つの。
Wait. The heck are you doing?
親猫なの。
I'm the mommy cat. Nice try, cats don't talk, they meow. Now he frowns down at herself for a moment.
親猫にゃの。
I'm the mommy cat. That's not what I meant. Scene strikes me as familiar. Definitely seems like the sort of thing the real-world Mukao would say, at least. And knowing her penchant for oddball antics, I can't be sure she wouldn't do something like this IRL. I should have further glanced at the IRL Mukao.
ルル
Boop boop. There's her trademark pose again. She's not taking any notes. In fact, she doesn't seem to care about the lesson at all. Instead, she just sits there, hand in the air, staring into empty space. Even in autumn, the afternoon sun is as harsh as ever. My vision is engulfed in a white haze. Eventually, after blinking a few times, my sight finally registers a lone figure. Oh.
新一
Shinichi? Standing there is none other than Son Miyuki herself, baseball bat in hand. No way. You are the one who invited me up here?
私の字を忘れたの？
No, genius. Did you forget what my handwriting looks like? Oh, right. On top of everything else, she's a master of calligraphy, too. As such, her handwriting is extremely distinctive. Wait. Then how'd you know it was a written invitation?
私ももらったから。
Because I got one, too. She holds up a sheet of paper. I can tell it's the exact same stationery as mine. And that means...
手紙を書いた人間が何かを企んでるんでしょうね。
Can't imagine what she hopes to achieve by doing this. Who?
さあ。とりあえず待ってみる？
Yeah, but you said it was a she. Did you think it just looked like girl's handwriting? Who indeed? Let's just wait and find out. Okay then. We stand there in silence side by side, gazing out at the town. The clear autumn sky seems to stretch out endlessly. I feel like we need to talk about what happened yesterday. But at the same time, it feels too personal somehow. I never used to be like this. In the past, we had more of a playful relationship. We had no trouble teasing or joking with each other. But we can't go back to the way we were. Baseball bat sound. In the distance, I hear the crack of a baseball bat. That reminds me, why did you bring the bat?
素振りするから。
To practice my swing.
演劇の練習。ソフトボールが題材なの。
It's for my next performance. The play is about softball. Oh, you're not actually playing actual softball? Interesting. Come to think of it, she was carrying one yesterday too. You're really dedicated, huh?
2年で主役を務めるから。先輩のプレッシャーがね。
Well, as a second year, I did kind of steal the lead role from the older students, so now I need to earn it. I'm impressed. I close my eyes. In the past, we'd often go play at the local indoor batting cage. I remember her long hair fluttering with the motion of her perfect, beautiful swing. You're lying, aren't you?
何が？
About what? You need to practice. You're always a pro.
買いかぶりだわ。
I think you overestimate me. Doubt it. You had that bat with you yesterday too, didn't you? There's no way she'd bring a baseball bat to a romantic rendezvous just because. She has more tact than that. Actually, now that I think about it, I remember hearing that she'd used a bat to defend herself from a particularly aggressive admirer. Supposedly, the guy came close to spending the rest of his life in a wheelchair. At the time, I thought it was just another overblown rumor, but where there's smoke, there's fire, or so they say. Is it for self-defense?
まあ、そういう側面もあるけど。
I mean, partially, yeah. Alright, well, try not to kill anyone with that thing.
バカ。
Shut up. Miyuki pouts. She would never let this side of herself show in front of our classmates, but this is the real her. Definitely gonna need to turn the voice up. And turn SFX down. That's better. I'm only human. I get scared sometimes. I don't blame her for keeping her guard up around random guys. The rooftop door is the only exit. If it got locked, she'd be trapped, and just like that, her perfect reputation would get destroyed overnight. Looking at her face, I can still see traces of the girl I used to know. Sorry.
相変わらずね。鋭いんだか鈍いんだか。
You haven't changed a bit. I can't tell if you're really smart or really, really dense. My bad.
別に諦めたわよ。とっ
It's
くの
fine.
昔に。
It's fine. I gave up on you years ago. It's true. We gave up on each other a long, long time ago.
それにしても、まだかしら。
Funny, our mystery letter writer sure is taking her sweet time to get up here. Maybe it was just a setup. Gee, can't imagine why. Exchanged sarcastic quibs. I feel a bit more comfortable now that I know the old her isn't completely gone. This makes it easier to work up the courage to talk to her. Listen, about yesterday.
昨日の。
Yesterday.
あれね。
Alright, that was all an act, right? To help me get out of that jam?
そうなのよ。新一嫌がってたでしょ。
Of course, you look like you were really freaked out. Yeah, it totally threw me for a loop. I mean, I barely even know her. Thank you for showing up when you did, seriously.
私が何をしたわけでもないし。
No need to thank me, I hardly did a thing. She stares at the ground, letting her guard down in a way that would be unthinkable in front of anyone else. I pause for a moment. Then when she's calm, I ask her again. That love confession, it was all just an act, right? right?
間違いだから忘れて。
It wasn't real, just forget it. Alright, I will. There's an unspoken agreement between us. The two of us are old friends and nothing more. I have to maintain my distance from her. That much is crucial.
でも向こうさんって変。
Anyway, that Muko-san sure is something else. I know she's steering the conversation back into safe territory.
電波っていう噂本当だわ。
I guess the rumors are true. She's nuttier than a fruitcake. And with a bad case of gamer brain.
何それ。
What the heck is gamer brain? It's when you start to confuse video games with reality.
最悪。
I hate that. Her tone sharpened suddenly.
だからいつもあんな態度なの？
Is that why she's always behaving the way she does?
いつも他人事っていうか、心ここにあらずっていうか。
She doesn't seem to care about anything, or at least, she never seems to pay much attention.
見ていてイライラするのよね。
Honestly, it infuriates me. Miyuki's the type to always put 100% into everything she does. So it makes sense that she wouldn't get along well with someone as absent-minded as Muko. Come on, don't be so hard on her. Having a poor grip on reality can't exactly be easy for her either, you know.
違うの。
That's not true.
この声は。
Who's there? Muko? Just like yesterday, she's standing up on the roof of the stairs. Have you been here the whole time?
葵、現実と虚構、区別ついてるの。
Aoi can tell the difference between reality and fiction. I'm gonna
こ
turn
の
it
世
down.
界はゲーム。
There we go. This world is a game.
葵は攻略ヒロイン。
Aoi is a romance option.
またその話。
Not this nonsense again.
証拠を見せてもらいたいわね。
Let's see your proof then.
証拠？
Proof?
うん。
Mikao tilts her head, puzzled.
ルル。
Then she starts to pull down her skirt.
ちょっと何してるのよ。
Stop right there. What on earth do you think you're doing?
脱ぐとモザイクかかるの。
Aoi will get naked, and then our world will fade to black. Yeah, I sincerely doubt that.
やめなさいよ。恥ずかしくないの？
Don't you dare. Have you no shame?
どうしてなの？
What's shameful about it? You seriously don't know. Surely she's got to have at least some common sense, right?
とにかく脱ぐのはやめて。
Whatever, just keep your clothes on, for God's sake.
うん。
Mikao falls silent as if lost in thought.
わかったの。
Okay.
別の証拠なの。
Different proof, then. She takes her cell phone out of her
神
pocket.
様。
God.
神様？
God?
そうなの。ギャルゲーの神様なの。
Yes, the god of visual novels.
この世界はゲームなの。プログラムなの。
This world is a video game, a program,
だからアップデートできるの。
and programs can be patched. What's that supposed to mean?
世界を変えるの。
The world will change.
だったら奇跡の一つでも見せてもらいたいわね。
Oh yeah? Show us a miracle then, would you?
はい。
Got it. Mikao nods absently and raises her phone into the air. I have a feeling I know who she's calling.
トゥルルルルルルルルルルルルルルトゥルルルルルルルルルルルルルル
向こうさん、何してるの？
Muko-san, what are you doing? I think she's calling God.
神様って電話番号あるの？
Since when does God have a phone number? That's like, why would God need a starship? Since never, as far as I know.
ないわよね。
Yeah, didn't think so.
トゥルルルルルルルルルルルルルルトゥルルルルルルルルル
As usual, God shows no signs of picking up. Nevertheless, Muko keeps calling.
だんだんしんどくなってきたわ。
At this point, it just hurts to watch.
いつまでやるの？
Are you done yet? Not until he answers, probably. Knowing Muko, it seems like the obvious conclusion. That would explain why she suddenly collapsed yesterday.
彼女、家族と仲が悪いんだっけ？
I heard she has a complicated family situation. She does?
家に帰らないで外で泊まり歩いてるとか。
Supposedly she never goes home, sleeps in a different bed every night.
誰のところに泊まってるのかは知らないけど。
Whose beds, though? I'm not sure. In the back of my mind, I remember what Yotaru told me earlier, the rumors of her sleeping around. Hey, Muko. Maybe your phone doesn't get service up here. Or I don't know, maybe God's a little busy right now.
ルル、そうなの？
You think so?
葵、電池が足りない気が。
Maybe Aoi doesn't have enough battery power.
いいから降りてきなさいよ。
Just get down from there, would you?
何か用事があるんでしょ？
You wanted to talk to us, right?
せーの。
I gotta pause for a moment here, because it looks like some unknown person showed up. It's probably a delivery. Okay, I'm back. Hey, do not jump from there.
ルル、どうしてなの？
Why not? Oh my god. Because it's not safe, genius. How has she survived this long not knowing these things?
いいからはしごから降りなさい。
Just use the ladder, please.
はい。
Got it. She proceeds to climb down a little more recklessly than I would have liked. Finally, the three of us are standing on even ground.
それで、どうして私たちを呼び出したの？
So why did you ask to meet us up here? What? Wait, then that means
あなたの字よね。
you wrote those letters, didn't you?
そうなの。
Uh-huh.
先に言っておくわ。聞いてたかもしれないけど。
Well then, first things first, let me make this clear. As you may or may not have already heard,
昨日の告白は勘違いから生じた行き違いよ。
everything that happened yesterday was a total misunderstanding.
私と新一はただの幼なじみ。
Shinichi and I are old friends, that's all.
それ以上でもそれ以下でもない。
Nothing more, nothing less.
特別な恋愛感情なんてないから。
There's nothing romantic between us. Yeah, it's for the best.
はい。
It's also a cliche, because it means the exact opposite of what is said. Got it.
何？
What is it?
選択肢 A、
Plan A.
友達作戦。
Friendship mission.
は？
What?
葵とみゆきと新一。
Aoi, Miyuki, Shinichi.
友達なるの。
We'll all be friends.
ダメ？
Okay. Should I friend zone myself or not? I'm gonna hit don't be friends. You might find that's a weird choice. Why would you pick the negative? Because I'm sort of picking between the girls, and I'm picking the smart girl. I don't think it works like that. You can't just decide to be friends, you know. Truth be told, it's just an excuse. My real reason lies with Miyuki. I don't want to be around her more than I can help it. I can't make any promises. Oh.
そうなの？
You can't? I picked the wrong one.
みゆきは？
What about Miyuki?
気が進まないわ。
I refuse.
私、根本的にあなたと性格が合わない気がする。
I feel that you and I are fundamentally incompatible. Looks like that's a hard no. Still, she's right. I can't imagine the two of them getting along very well.
はい。選択肢 B。
Got it. Plan B. Muko who holds her cell phone in the air. What the?
今何をしたのかしら？
What exactly did you just do?
写真作戦なの。
Photo mission.
クラスにばらまくの。
I'll send this to the whole class. Are you blackmailing us?
ルル？ダメ？
Is that bad? The look on her face is perfectly innocent. Come on, Miyuki, explain to her.
ご自由に。
Knock yourself out, Muko-san. Are you serious?
私が新一とここにいたのは事実だもの。
I mean, it's true. Shinichi and I were up here together.
あらぬ誤解は受けるでしょうけど、そのくらい簡単に解いてみせるわ。
Maybe it'll give some people the wrong idea, but I can clear it up for them, no problem.
私はあなたみたいな人間の仲間として見られる方がずっと恥ずかしい。
If anything, being friends with someone like you would be way more embarrassing.
でも二つだけ言わせてもらえる？
You know what? Let's say two things. Let me say two things.
一つ目、
One,
かけてもいいわ。今のあなたには一生友達なんてできっこない。
you're free to try all you like, but unless you make some serious changes, you'll never stand a chance at making any friends.
二つ目、
Two,
私を呼び捨てにしないで。
don't call me Miyuki.
以上。
That's final. With that, Miyuki strides off to the door and down the stairs. I guess Miyuki's her first name. Meanwhile, I feel myself unclench. I know she wasn't shouting at me, but still.
かっこいいの。
She's so cool. You, really march to the beat of your own drum, huh?
ルル？
Mukao tilts her head. She looks confused, a regular occurrence for her.
バイバイ。
Bye-bye. Where are you going?
教室。
The classroom. Is she seriously intent on showing everyone that photo? Miyuki's gonna get mad, you know.
どうしてなの？
Why?
許可あるの。
She gave permission. Ah. She seriously has no clue, does she? Why are you trying to get me and Miyuki together in the first place?
主人公、メインヒロインと結ばれるの。
The protagonist needs to end up with the main heroine.
結ばれないのは変なの。
Wouldn't make sense otherwise.
アップデートするの。
So Aoi will request an update patch. There you go with the dating sim nonsense again.
それじゃあ、
I'm gonna go now. Hold it. Could you, download an update patch for my life?
ルル？
Mukao's expression changed slightly, almost imperceptibly. Meanwhile, I'm a little shocked that I yelled after her just now. Obviously, I don't want her to show that photo to anyone. Now when I'm finally starting to enjoy my life as the class wallflower. If rumor starts to spread that a pathetic nobody like me tried to confess my love to Queen Bee Miyuki, the mere thought had me on edge already. That must be why I yelled after Mukao to stop that from happening. Right? Look, didn't you just ask her to be your friend? Isn't that what you want?
友達？
Friend? She tilts her head again as if to consider the merits of the word.
葵、本当は友達？よくわからないの。
Aoi doesn't really understand friends. I think back to her address book with its single entry. Alright, tell you what. I'm taking my phone out of my pocket. Let's trade email addresses. It's the first step of making friends, cool?
アドレス交換？
Trade email addresses. Email addresses. Not phone numbers, email addresses. You
どう
ready?
やるの？
How do you do it? Oh, right. Obviously, she's never done this before. First, you open this menu. Okay, now send me an email. What the? I tried to send myself an email using her phone, but it won't send. Do you not have service up here? That's so weird. My phone's getting full bars.
交換できないの？
Does this mean we can't trade? For some reason, I sense sadness in her blank expression. Thinking quickly, I shoot her a reassuring smile. Don't worry, we can just do it manually. Here. I enter her phone number and email address into my contacts list. I show it to her just in case. Is this correct?
間違いないの。
Well, that's a weird thing to translate to uh-huh. A moment of silence passes as she stares back and forth between our phones. What's wrong?
はい、
Got it. She raises her hand.
これで友達なの？
Does this make us friends? Yeah, I'd say so. Once you're in each other's phones, you're pretty much friends.
新一と葵、友達？
Shinichi and Aoi are friends? Yep, you and I are officially friends now.
友達。
Tomodachi. Interesting. Friends. Not Nakama, alright? Mukao stares, puzzled at the new addition to her address book. A long moment passes. Starts to feel like time has stopped around us. We should probably head to class. Earth Mukao, are you listening?
はい、
Got it. Once again, her hand shoots up into the air.
友達なら葵は葵って呼ぶの。
Now that we're friends, you should call me Aoi. Whoa, I'm not sure about that. I feel it was a little bit too personal too soon.
ダメなの？
Is that bad? God, I can't say that to her face. Alright. Feeling a little awkward, I clear my throat. Let's go, Aoi.
わかったの、新一。
Sure thing, Shinichi. In the end, Aoi didn't show the photo to anyone that day. Okay, going to night, I guess. A lot of days are passing rapidly here. It's not like an Infinity Series game where it takes a while to get through a day. Or a Zero Escape game where it takes the entire game to get through 9 hours. Lying in bed, I stare at my phone. Lonely little Aoi with nary a friend to her name. She doesn't even know what friends are. Maybe this is fate. I'd at least like her to have something she can chat with at school. Someone she can chat with at school in the morning. Admittedly, maybe I can just mind my own business, but I can't help myself. Come to think of it, I haven't received that email I tried to send myself from her phone. And I sent a few her way after school, but no dice. As an experiment, I pressed the call button. She's not picking up. Does her phone really not get any service at all? I can picture her standing up there on the roof over the stairs. It's painfully ironic that the self-styled transceiver girl is the only one not picking up a signal. The same old classroom. Same old chatter. And there sits Aoi.
ルル。
Staring into space at her desk as per usual. She looks pretty bored. Does she still not have service? At this point, I'm starting to think maybe her phone is broken.
新一ちょっと
Shinichi, come here. What do you want? I'm in the middle of...
頼む大事な話なんだ
I'm begging you, it's important. Fine. Reluctantly, I head to my seat. So what is it?
人生相談があるんだ
I need some advice. Please, what do you have to be worried about?
バカ声が大きい
Keep your voice down, big mouth. Is that serious?
危険だ人類の危機だ
Dude, it's critical. Lives are at stake here.
実はこれなんだが
Okay, it's this. Yotaro opens his bag to show me a pair of... panties?
という名の男のロマンだ
Yes, indeed, the very essence of a man's dreams.
ロマン物件だ
An artifact of male ambition. Yes, I get it, thank you. Did you steal these?
見損なうな
You don't have to steal them. I could just go to Walmart and buy some women's panties if I wanted to. I wouldn't because that would look weird. But I could.
拾ったんだ
Maybe if they had like the stains on them, that it'd indicate that someone had worn them. Whatever. Because you really require to have those stains. I found them. You found them.
拾った
I did.
うちの玄関に落ちてた
Right outside our front door. What?
男のロマンはうちの玄関に落ちてた。
I found a dream lying right outside our front door. You said there's only 4 people in our family, right? In your family, right? I forget, did you have an older sister?
いない。
Nope. A younger sister, maybe?
ナッシング。
Nope. Yeah, but why is it like a romance language? Nada de eso, compadre. None of that, Conrad, is what I guess what that means. Okay, then what do you have?
父、母、俺、弟。
A dad, a mom, a little brother, and me.
なあ、新一。ロマンクラブの同志よ。
Tell me, Seiichi, my brother in dreams.
俺はこのロマンをどうすれば。
What do I do with this artifact? Put it back in your mom's drawer? Or in the laundry? Whatever you want, I guess.
使っていいのか。使っちゃうか。
I will skip this
でも
line.
万が一母ちゃんのとっておきだったら。
I will skip this too.
ロマンハザ
I will
ー
skip this stuff.
おはよ
Ohio?
ド。おはようございます。
Ohio gozaimasu. With Miyuki's arrival, the classroom roars to life. She really is the star of the show.
ああ、曽根さん。今日もお美しい。
And seems to always be relatively late. Sone-san's looking lovely as ever this morning. Yutaru gazes at her enraptured. Here we go again, the same scene that plays out every morning. Or so I thought.
はい。
う。向こうさん
Makoto-san. This time Aoi jumps to her feet, hands in the air, her eyes on Miyuki.
どうしたんだ珍しい。
That's weird. What's going on with her today? Oh, God. I have a really, really bad feeling about this. The photo's probably still on Aoi's phone.
私に用事かしら。
Do you need me for something?
ごめんなさい。
Aoi is really sorry. But there's no... Okay. She bangs her head. She yangs her head.
昨日は葵が悪いの。
Yesterday was all Aoi's fault.
ああ。あのことね。
Oh, right, that. Well, Miyuki kind of has that Tsugumi voice. Because she has kind of that mom voice. Our classmates are watching this interaction with mild puzzlement. Sensing their confusion, Miyuki smiles.
気にしなくていいわよ。結局あなたは何もしなかったんだし。
And it's slightly more useful. It's not quite as... doesn't have quite the super soft... But anyway. Don't worry about it. You haven't done anything wrong.
許してくれるの？
Will you forgive me?
だから、許す以前にあなたは何もしてないでしょ。
You don't need to ask forgiveness for something you haven't done, silly.
なら、お願いがあるの。
Then Aoi has a favor to ask.
お願い？
A favor?
葵とみゆき、友達になるの。
Aoi wants to be friends with Miyuki.
ダメなの？
Can we?
何言ってるの？
Don't be silly. Miyuki puts on her most dazzling smile.
私たちクラスメートでしょ。最初から立派な友達よ。
And just acts. We're in the same class, aren't we? Then we're already the best of friends.
友達。
Tomodachi.
話はそれだけね。
Is that all you needed?
アドレス交換。
Can we trade email and...
ごめんなさい。今時間がないから。
Sorry, I don't have the time right now.
後でね。
Maybe later.
ルル？
Miyuki quickly ends the conversation, her smile unflinching. Moments later, the classroom's back to normal.
なんかびっくりしたな。
Man, I wasn't expecting that at all. Me either. Aoi returns to her desk and takes a seat. Her expression is as blank as ever, but her eyes are carefully fixed on the phone in her hands. Thing is, I've known Miyuki for a long time. That dazzling smile of hers, it's completely fake.
ゆき、
Miyuki,
ご飯一緒。
let's have lunch to...
ごめんなさい。他の友達と約束があるの。
Sorry, I already have plans with some other friends.
そうなの。
Oh.
あと、呼び捨てにしないでくれると嬉しいんだけれど。
Also, I prefer you did refer to me that in that way.
はい。
Got it.
みゆき、数学、宿題。
Yuki, about the math homework.
自分の力で解くからこそ意味がある。見せたらあなたのためにならないでしょ。
There's no point in doing it if you don't figure it out yourself. Letting you see mine won't do you any favors in the long run.
うん。
Okay.
みゆき、優しいの。
Yuki, you're so nice.
優しいのは最初のうちだけよ。
Just don't expect me to coddle you.
あと、呼び捨てにしないでくれる？
Also, could you please stop calling me that?
ごめんなさいなの。
Sorry.
みゆき、美術のペア。
Yuki, do you want to team up for the art pro...
呼び捨てはやめて。
Stop calling me that.
ごめんなさいなの。
Sorry.
それに私、いつもの友達がいるから。
Anyway, I have a specific friend I always team up with.
それなら、明日。
What about
い
tomorrow?
つも同じよ。諦めて別の人を探して。
Not tomorrow, not ever. Now go ask someone else.
みゆき、一緒、帰るの。
Miyuki, let's hang out after school.
名前。
You're doing it again.
ごめんなさいなの。
Sorry.
私、部活があるから、あなたと一緒は難しいわね。
I have rehearsal today, so I don't think I'll have time.
待つの。
Aoi can wait.
遅くなるわ。
Rehearsal gets out pretty late.
でも、待つの。
Aoi can still wait.
きっと、部活仲間と一緒に帰ることになる。
I'm probably gonna hang out with the rest of the theater club afterwards.
友達。だから、
We're friends, so Aoi will wait.
勝手にしなさい。
Suit yourself then. With her baseball bat slung over her shoulder, Miyuki leaves the classroom without a second glance. Ah, man, it's raining. I'm busy actually doing my homework in the library for a change, so I hadn't noticed until just now. There's no lights on in the old gymnasium building where the theater club rehearsals are held. They must have all gone home for the day. Beneath my trusty umbrella, I head out into the chilly autumn rain and make my way to the school gates.
うーん。
I just accidentally skipped some text. Backlog. Just then, I spot a lone figure near the campus gate. No umbrella to be seen. Aoi? Aoi stands perfectly still in the rain, drenched from head to toe. She stares out into empty space just like she always does in class. She doesn't even blink. Aoi, hey Aoi.
ルル。しんいち。
Shinichi. Aoi turns to look at me as I hold my umbrella over her head. You're gonna catch a cold out here.
風。
Cold? You can't just stand out in the rain like...
あ、
Oh,
ほんと。雨、降ってるの。
you're right. It's raining. Apparently she hadn't noticed. Anyway, we need to get you inside before...
大丈夫なの。
Daijoubu. Don't worry. It also kind of sounds like... It means like I'm fine or something.
風のイベント CG。ないの。
There's no event CG for Aoi getting sick. Right. There's that gamer brain again. Here, just take the umbrella.
青いルートのイベント回収なの？
Are you trying to play Aoi's route? No, okay, just take it. I'm way too chicken to share an umbrella with a girl. Instead, I take a folding umbrella out of my book bag because I happen to have an extra one for plot convenience. See, I have a backup.
青いの好感度を上げてる場合じゃ、
You shouldn't waste time raising my affection points. I said I'm not. I'm helping you because you're my friend.
友達。
Friend. Aoi ponders the word for a moment. Then finally she takes the umbrella.
あ、
Oh,
濡れないの。
it's dry under here. That's how umbrellas work, genius. Come on, it's not like you've never used an umbrella. Oh, she totally hasn't, has she?
るる。るるる。あ、はい。
Oh, got it. Oh, what's up?
こういう時は、
In times like these, you say,
ありがとう。
arigato. Huh?
るる。葵、間違ったの？
Did Aoi get it wrong? No, you're right. I wasn't expecting her to actually thank me. Then again, she apologized to Miyuki for what happened yesterday, so maybe I'm underestimating her. I turned back to face her. You're very welcome.
新一、友達なの。
Shinichi, if you're my friend,
友達、一緒、帰るの。
then friends should walk home together.
ダメ？
Can't we? If you told me a week ago that I'd be walking home with a girl in my class, the infamous oddball Aoi to be exact, I'd have laughed in your face, except I didn't even know who she was. And here I am doing exactly that. You know, friends ought to reply to their emails too, just saying.
メール？
You wrote me? I called you too.
うん、
Aoi quietly takes her phone out of her pocket.
県外なの。
No service. How is that possible when mine has 3 bars? I'm standing right next to you. Maybe your phone's broken.
神様からの電波は特別なの。
God's signal does not work like the others.
電池が足りないと届かないの。
It won't pick up without enough battery. Apparently that's our explanation for why God won't answer her calls. It's gotta be broken. You should just buy a new...
ダメなの。
No. Why not? Does this one have sentimental value or something?
そうなの。
Yes.
神様と連絡するたった一つの方法。
This is my only way of contacting God. This is kind of a big misuse of God. They should have gone with, like, the third eye or something like that, as opposed to God, like the visual novels this is parodying to. There she goes on about God again. So who is this God anyway? A friend of yours?
神様は神様なの。
I presume it's supposed to be me, but I'll tell you something, I am not God. God is just God.
とっても偉いの。
Very powerful.
葵を作った人なの。
God's the person who made Aoi. Oh, I see. Is she referring to one of her parents? Somehow, I doubt it.
でも、アドレス交換してある。
But we did trade email addresses.
だから、友達なの？
Does that make us friends? Yeah, I'd say so. I remember us having the same conversation the other day.
それじゃあ、みゆきは
What about Miyuki?
アドレスの登録まだなの？
We haven't traded yet.
友達じゃないの？
So we are not friends? Aoi continues to stare blankly out at nothing as the rain pours down. Miyuki knew Aoi would be waiting for her after rehearsal. Did they inadvertently miss each other? Or did Miyuki...
アドレス交換したいの。
Aoi wants to trade with her.
みゆきと友達なりたいの。
Aoi wants to be friends with her. If only I knew Miyuki's email address, then I could give it to Aoi myself. But I haven't been that close with Miyumi in a long, long time. And at this point I can never hope to be again. All we can do now is pray to God, I guess. Do you live around here?
葵、家ないの。
Aoi doesn't live anywhere. What?
あそこに寝泊まりなの。
Aoi sleeps in there. She points to a building on the outskirts of the shopping district, the city's sole manga cafe. Do you not get along with your family?
そうなの。
Nope. It's not safe to roam the streets alone, you know.
慣れたの。
Aoi is used to it. So what? That still doesn't...
パソコンもゲームもあるの。
Besides, they have computers and games in there.
お菓子も食べられるの。
And yummy snacks.
ジュース、飲み放題なの。
And as much soda as Aoi wants.
夜も遊べるの。
And no curfew.
天国なの。
It's heaven. I'm at a total loss for words.
傘、ありがとうなの。
Thank you for the umbrella.
バイバイなの。
Bye bye. No problem. Take care of yourself, alright? Aoi totters into the manga cafe and vanishes from sight. As for me, I stare absently after her until the patter of rain drowns out everything around me. After running away from home, Aoi now lives alone in a manga cafe. God might be real, but there's no way that's heaven. There's gotta be a happier ending out there for her. Surely God isn't the end-all be-all. Actually, that's what he is supposed to be. Is there any way I can help her? Okay, went to night again.
みゆ
Update.
き、おはようなの。
Morning, Miyuki.
今日は風強いの。
It's another windy day today. You just called her Miyuki again.
みゆ
again.
き、葵のご飯見る？
Miyuki, you wanna see my lunch?
キャンディーで舌の色変わるの。
This candy makes your tongue turn funny colors.
みゆき、このゲームやる？
Miyuki, you wanna play this game with me?
みゆき、一緒に掃除。
Okay, finally Miyuki's gonna respond, isn't she? Miyuki, you wanna clean up together?
みゆき、一緒に帰る。
Miyuki, you wanna walk home to...
みゆき、待って。
Miyuki, wait.
みゆき、
Miyuki?
みゆき。
Miyuki? Hey, Yutaru, let's grab some lunch.
食欲ない。
I'm not hungry. What's up, feeling sick?
パンツのせいだ。
It's the panties. You ate them?
食わ
No.
ん！持ち主が分かったんだ。
I found out who they belong to. I see. Not sure I want to know the answer, but whose were they?
龍次郎のだった。
Rujiro's. Your brothers?
あ
Yeah.
あ、自分用にネット通販で買ったらしい。
Apparently he bought them online. To wear.
女装が趣味なんだと。
He said he likes to cross-dress. Well, then that's something.
新一、俺、あのしましまパンツで。
I'm gonna skip that.
俺、ロマン、なくしちまったよ。
I don't care.
ありがとう、新一。ありがとう。
Okay, I got through that part. I have no idea what to do about this. I guess I'll just give him a little pat on the shoulder. Is that just gonna get worse and worse as the game progresses? Just got this. Are they actually gonna hide a plot hint in one of those somewhere? Or you just keep like eventually you stop reading it, but then you miss the plot hint. As I'm heading back to the cafeteria with my sandwich, I contemplate running to the classroom. But I can't imagine either of us will enjoy sitting there in silence together. Instead, I head to my favorite spot. Huh? The door's already unlocked. It's perfectly quiet up here on the roof. Not a soul to be seen. And she's probably here by herself. Just as I thought. I turn around to find Aoi sitting quietly up on the roof over the stairs. Her eyes are fixed on something beyond the farthest reaches of the sky. Something formless and imperceptible. Or maybe she's not looking at anything at all. It's a bright and sunny day. As I look out at the clear blue autumn sky, I find myself wondering if God might actually answer the phone this time. I'm coming up there, okay? Whoa. Holy crap. It's crazy the difference a few extra meters can make. Up here, I'm greeted with a perfectly unobstructed 360-degree view of the entire town. Talk about one hell of a view.
そうなの。
Of course. Aoi doesn't take her eyes off the sky for a single moment.
ここは特別なの。
This is a special place. A secret spot at the apex of Forbidden Land. Yeah, I can see why Aoi might feel that way. Did you eat lunch? Yeah. Next to her is a plastic to-go bag filled with trash. I can smell the faint traces of something cloyingly sweet, like a cake or jam. You should try eating better.
まとも？
Better? You know, something with a balance of nutrients.
バランスなの？
Is that balanced? I points to the bag containing my lunch. Everything inside screams calorie-laden carbohydrates. From the yaki soba sub to the croquettes and the curry buns. The thing about my lunch is, I got one of these bad boys.
ぬる？
I set a small metal can down in front of her. Yabales.
ヤバリーズ。オレンジじゃなくトマト。
Yabales orange note, tomato juice. This way I get a serving of veggies too. Problem solved.
ルル。
He stares at it like it's a relic from Area 51. Phew.
おいしいの？
Is it yummy? Yep. It's not actually that great. Truth be told, I'm not a big fan of tomato juice. I just maybe accidentally hit the wrong button on the vending machine. Wow. I actually intentionally buy the tomato juice, but you gotta drink it when it's really cold, as it kind of heats up and gets kind of like, I don't want it anymore, but... Want to try it?
いいの？
Is that okay? Sure. Hell, she can have the rest for all I care. She starts to drink. And drink, and drink, and drink. Ooh. You downed it all in one go.
うん。
Is that
ダ
bad?
メなの？
No, I'm not mad or anything. Did you like it?
好きなの。
Yup.
カレー、たい焼き、メロンパン。そういうレベルなの。
It's like curry or taiyaki or melon bun, somewhere around there. I don't really get the comparison, but okay. Glad you liked it.
あ、
Oh.
関節キスなの？
Was that an indirect kiss?
青いルート、フラグ立つの？
Are you trying to trigger Aoi's route flag? Okay, now you ruined it. You really love video games, huh?
この世界はゲームなの。
This whole world is a game.
だから好き嫌いじゃないの。
Aoi's opinion has nothing to do with it. Right. Yuki hates the idea of anyone treating reality like a game. But Aoi thinks they're one and the same. It's only natural they never get along. And yet here I am trying to make it happen anyway. I'm sorry, Aoi. I know I told you to make friends with her, and now it's my fault you got hurt.
辛い思い？
Aoi got hurt? Aoi tilts her head.
辛いって何なの？
What's hurt? I forgot who actually wrote and performed that song, but Johnny Cash's cover of it is very famous. Well, it doesn't feel good when Miyuki blows you off every day, right?
ルル、わかんないの。
Do you know?
葵、セーブデータあるの。
Aoi has a save file.
失敗は リセット。攻略までリロード。
Any mistakes can be reset. Allie can just reload as many times as it takes.
それだけなの。
That's all there is to it,
違うの？
right? So if you get cancer, can you just reload before you get cancer and you don't get cancer somehow? I'm not sure what to tell her. I guess that's not a mistake, so it doesn't count. Turns out she hasn't been enduring the pain. She didn't feel it to begin with. She tells herself she can fix her mistakes by starting over, enabling herself to run away from the harsh reality of her actions, letting herself forget. I'm guessing she never once thought critically about it either. Wrong. That's no way to live. She needs stability in her life. And she needs friends.
新一？
Shinichi? Anyway, time to eat. As I take a bite of my croquet, I make my decision. And fade to black. That night, after the sun sets, I leave the house. The wind ruffles my hair as I walk down the riverside. Eventually I arrived in an old dilapidated indoor batting cage. I can hear the sharp crack of a bat echoing from inside. The sound of an infrequent at best. As expected, there's only one customer inside. Her form is so beautiful it captivates anyone who sees it. Assuming they aren't distracted by the flutter of her skirt. At least change out your uniform first.
演劇の練習。
I'm practicing for rehearsal.
制服着たままソフトボールするの。
I'm supposed to play softball in a school uniform. What kind of play is this supposed to be again? I would make a retort, but the aesthetic of her swing renders me speechless. It's just bewitching. Phew.
変わる？
Want a turn? I'll pass.
好きだったじゃない。
You used to love it, you know. Yeah, like a million years ago.
そんなに前の話でもないでしょ。
Hardly. Whatever, I'm not here to play. I need to talk to you.
向こうさんのことね。
Oh, Mukao-san, right? How'd you know?
顔に書いてあるわ。
It's written all over your face.
彼女の友達になれって。
You're gonna tell me to make friends with her. As usual, she sees straight through me. Well, no sense trying to beat around the bush now. I should just be honest with her about how I feel. Please, Miyuki. Aoi needs a friend. Please just spend some time with her.
いつの間に名前で呼ぶようになったわけ？
Since when did you start calling her Aoi? Oh, well.
私はお断りよ。友達になんてなれない。
I'm afraid I have to decline. I can't possibly be friends with her. Are you still upset about the blackmail thing?
別に。
No. She's been talking to you a lot since then, right?
鬱陶しいわ。
It's extremely annoying. But she's making an effort.
私の気持ちも考えずにね。
Yeah, but she doesn't stop to think about how it makes me feel. Maybe if you were her friend, you could teach her.
いい加減にして！
Just stop! Her voice echoes through the building.
私が何にもせずに今の場所にいると思う？
Do you think it's easy being me?
目立てば目立つだけ裏で何か言われるのよ。どれだけ理不尽に妬まれたと思う？
The thing about being popular is that people love to talk. Do you know how many people hate my guts?
私がもともと人付き合い苦手なのもクラスに馴染むために努力してるのもあなただったらわかるでしょ？
I've never been a social butterfly. I have to work hard to fit in at school. Surely you of all people understand that. I remember when we were younger. Back then her natural talents alienated her from everyone else. She stuck out like a sore thumb. So yeah, she didn't turn into a queen bee by chance.
それなのに向こうさんは現実がゲームだとか現実から逃げてるだけじゃない。
And then there's Mukao-san, claiming the world just is a game, having the time of her life in her little escapist fantasy.
友達ができないのだって本気でそうしたいと思わないからよ。
The only reason she can't make friends is because she doesn't actually want friends. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have jumped to conclusions about you. Miyuki takes a deep breath like she's trying to calm herself down.
私こそ急に怒鳴ったりしてごめんなさい。
Likewise, I'm sorry for shouting at you like that. No, I mean, it was my fault. I hadn't realized exactly why Miyuki resented Aoi for conflating reality with video games. Miyuki's been working hard to change herself. It's hard to make this into a serious conversation, though. Because we know it's a video game. She's miserable, forced to put on an act in front of all her friends. So it's only natural she'd find Aoi infuriating when she tosses any personal responsibility for downplaying her mistakes, But that's as a game, though. It's just the thing is, summoning last dredges of my courage, I looked Miyuki in the eye. That's exactly why I think she needs us around, you know? She's gonna mess her life up if she stays convinced that she can just sweep all her mistakes under the rug. But maybe if we were there for her, we could get her to start taking life more seriously. Maybe she just needs a little push. That's why I want to help her take the first step.
あなたは昔からそうだった。
You really haven't changed a bit. Huh, where'd that come from?
わかったわ。
Fine, I give up. Yuka's expression tells me she's resigned herself to her fate.
あなたの言うことにも一理ある。手伝ってあげてもいいわ。
You have a reasonable point, so I guess I'll help you out. Really? Awesome, thank you.
ただし、これだけ言わせて。
But let me say this. For a fraction of a second, Miyuki looks away.
彼女、下心があるわよ。
She's got an ulterior motive. Yeah, Aoi doesn't just want to make friends with us. Her real goal is blatantly obvious, to be the third wheel that brings me and Miyuki together. Personally, I don't want to let myself get any closer to Miyuki. We'll both just get hurt, I know that. But all I want is for her to have a taste of what it's like to have real friends for once.
葵のため。
And this is all for her sake, is it? For some reason, Miyuki seems a little sad. I'm probably just imagining it.
協力しましょう。
I'll give it my best shot. I really appreciate it.
その代わり、
In exchange, will you help
私のお
me?
願いも聞いてくれる？
In exchange, will you help me with something too? Yuki grabs the baseball bat leaning against the wall.
私、次の劇で主役をするの。このフォームを認められてね。
These baseball skills landed me the leading role in the upcoming performance.
OB の役者さんも見に来てくれるから、もしかしたら将来にもつながるかもしれなくて。
And there's going to be former graduates coming to see it and everything. This might be my big break. Wow.
嬉しくないの？
Aren't you even a little happy for me? I am, fingers crossed that everything works out. After all, the more distance between us, the better. I put on that, what I hope is a convincing smile.
そんなわけで、絶対に恥ずかしい演技はできない。
And we'll pick up right here some to later time, probably like a week from now. So save here. Done. And we're gonna go back to title. Yes. That's a very basic title screen.